You know what it is. You know what it is. Tap in. Share it with a friend. We need you on this one. Crowd participation is necessary. So share it with somebody. We need females. We need men. We need fuckboys. Everybody. We want to hear from you. I need you. We need you. Stay tuned. Once again, tap in. Share with a friend. I need all of you here. I need men. I need women folk. I need girls. Boys. Fuck boys. Everybody. Now we got a good discussion today. Tap in. Share it with a friend. We'll be live in 1 sec. Sit tight. Throw my hood up. What up, folks? No offense if anybody read that. We throwing up gang signs in the studio. You can't see us yet. Throw your hood up. Just kidding. We don't promote that. We don't promote that.
Billion Black Billionaires, Strange Fame Brand, Coco Sarai. We got Yokito in the building.
Kai's live on Instagram.
Pina Colada Ice
We're about to
Cream.
officially start this in a second.
So
If you haven't shared it yet, make sure you share it.
Live podcast, link in bio. Tune in and help us figure out this mailing thing. Go at it. Go at it. I got go behind me.
No.
Not you.
Sorry, I was throwing my hood up.
Behind me. Bam.
That Code? Shout out Code.
Shout out Kobe. You know what I mean?
Oh, what's that? All right, ready? Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. Nah, I paid for this. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. I paid for it. You heard that. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here with the money, though. You know what I'm saying? I paid for this track. Now, shout out Epidemic Sound. I get a lot of my music from there. Once you buy it, you can use it on your pages. All right, let's get this started, man. Let's get this going. Let's get this crack-a-lacking. Let's get these cameras on. Who in here? I got my comments on today. All right, whenever you're ready, Fuel, bring it in. We ready. I'm just gonna wait. That song just ended, and I'm waiting to see it. There it is. I gotta make sure the delay is over. Welcome to another show. We here, we excited. We're talking about one of my favorite topics today, and that is the debate between men and women. It's a lot of different debates. It's a broad subject. We're getting into it, so I need all of you here. But before we get started, obviously, you know who else is here with me. Give Kai a round of applause in the building. Kai Martinez, as
What's
always.
up, everybody? How y'all doing today? What's going on?
I'm feeling good. Happy Black
Me too.
History Month.
Amen.
But like I saw a quote, not a quote, but I saw a meme that says, you know, white people celebrate Black History Month, but Black people celebrate it year round. So
Right.
celebrate your blackness all year round, but happy Black History Month for the people that, you know, for the white people.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that is a dope theme that I see has come up. And
Right.
honestly, for me, what I'm taking it as is almost like Latin Heritage Month.
Mhm.
You know, I think this is a good month for us to celebrate the contributions
Right.
that the Black community has had in all culture,
Right.
in all history, but it's not limited to just this month. So let's be
Exactly.
very clear.
Very clear,
You know,
yeah.
it is not separate from regular history. It is not its own thing. It is just we are taking these days to celebrate the
It's
contributions.
it's a good reminder because, you know, honestly, you do forget. And sometimes talking about Black history and talking about things that we've accomplished, you know, we don't always do year round, but we do feel proud of our Blackness. But Black History Month is a good reminder to celebrate and love your Blackness. So shout out all the melanin people. That's everybody.
Shout
melanin
out
people.
to everybody. In the Black
Everybody got
community.
melanin. Everybody got melanin.
Right. Yo, I did my 23andMe. I got a strong 12%.
I want to do it. I haven't done it yet. What's your? Do you know your percentages?
Yeah. So I'm about 50% Spanish and Portuguese.
Right.
And
Portuguese.
right. Yeah. I was like, all right, makes sense. You
Right.
know, my family's from Colombia, as you guys may or may not know.
Yeah.
And then I was like 35% Native American, indigenous.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You can get like stuff for that, right? You
I
can get,
know. Like I'm
benefits,
trying
right?
I'm trying to
Yeah,
go
so-
to a casino or something.
Right. Like, but I think there are government benefits that you get if you have, you know,
A certain percentage?
a certain percentage.
Wow.
I have a certain percentage, but I just haven't done it. So I got to do. Did you do 23andMe?
Yeah, 23andMe.
Give me the info. I'm gonna do
I
it.
got you.
I gotta do it.
We should do a whole episode on it.
Yeah,
We should
let's
a whole
do it.
episode on it. And yeah, and then the last percentage is about like between 12 and 15. It's African with some in Nigeria, some in Northern Africa. Yeah, some
Shout
Northern Africa and I believe Senegal. So and it was like Northern Africa was like Egypt and like Liberia, Morocco.
How did it make you feel though when you saw it? Did you feel anything? Or did it,
Man,
like,
you know what? Well, honestly, I always knew I was I guess mixed.
Yeah.
But it's funny because growing up being Latino, you're just not I didn't register that
Yeah.
I was mixed or anything like that or mixed ethnic background. I was just like, oh, I'm Latino and I'm Colombian, you know? And then when I got older, I learned about mestizo and mulatto and learned about, you know, obviously slave trade and the
Right.
conquistadors and all that
It's
BS.
deep.
And then it wasn't honestly until last year that
Mm.
everything started coming out that I was even more interested in getting into the roots of who I am as a person.
Right.
And I was very surprised to find that we had any African. Yes and no.
Yeah.
But I was surprised to see that we had
But that's where we all come from.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's,
is. It
yeah.
really is like especially like Latinos and I don't present as a black person. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I don't present that way. So, but even then still it just goes to show you that we're all way more related
Way
than we
more
assume or
related.
than we think.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
why
I got to do it. I just haven't done it yet. And I guess because I don't really know how I feel about it. Like I don't feel like even knowing will give me any more pride in who I am.
Mhm.
I guess it's just kind of to know.
Yeah.
So that's why I've kind of wanted to do it, but I always put it off because I'm not just passionate about it. And you know, and I feel a connection to Africa, but I don't have a connection to Africa. So
well,
like
you'll find out what your
exactly.
connection
And
is.
so I would love to know specifically where
Yeah.
and kind of, you know, and just I want to do it, but I think there's a little bit of fear and there's a little bit of like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I don't really care. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm battling that. Anyway, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? What you getting me for Valentine's Day?
Anna? Is Anna around?
Everybody
Anna?
gets me a gift for Valentine's Day. Listen, email me, whatever. I mean, gift cards. It doesn't matter. I'm your Valentine. Just send me something.
He's
right?
everyone's
I'm
Valentine.
everybody's Valentine. I love all y'all.
Well, you know,
Mwah.
I did bring you a little gift today.
Oh.
A little Valentine's Day gift.
Word.
You
Let's get
know,
it.
you know,
Let's
I've
get
been
it.
doing this like little supporting Black owned, brown owned, women owned, LGBTQ, all types of business, even
Right.
our white friends and family. So today I bought my homegirl Eurelis and She Street from Memphis. She Street's from Memphis. Eurelis is from Florida.
Right.
She is Afro-Latina, Colombian, and Puerto Rican. And she's from Memphis down south. You know what I mean? She's dope, amazing dancers. But they're also entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So I bought you some. We have some.
Yeah, let's put it on the camera. I got my cup already.
Yoquito Pina Colada ice cream. We both got some.
Okay.
So, we're going to try it out.
We're going to try this.
Got a little rum in it. This one is non-dairy. And I'll just say the little snippets on.
Look, while you're doing that, I'm going to eat.
Right. Boom.
Wait, that sounds like something different, right?
Right. That sound like macaroni. You heard that thing of macaroni?
No, that sounds like something else.
I know. I know. Okay. So just a little bit about their business. It's called Yoquito LA.
Oh, that's good.
Right. It's cute. It's
good.
bomb.
That is cute.
And they sell authentic Puerto Rican coquito.
Mm-hmm.
It's Eurelis' mother's recipe. And they have original coquito flavor, vanilla. They have coffee, chocolate, pumpkin spice, and their newest flavor, strawberry. That's crazy. That's wild.
Nice.
They also have half pints, and 750 milligram bottles. Delivery is available for an additional fee within LA County. And now this is their newest item, dairy-free pina colada ice cream. And their IG is at Yoquito, which is YOQUITO.LA. So hit them up.
Shout out. It's good. I tasted it, and I'm very particular about dairy products.
Yeah.
I can't share ice cream. Like if you bring me ice cream, I won't eat it because there's something about dairy.
This is non-dairy.
No, it's not
this
dairy.
This was non-dairy.
What?
I don't do dairy.
Listen, you should have told me before I ate this because I don't do non-dairy.
See, we tricked them.
Dairy.
We tricked them.
I'm putting this down. No, it was delicious.
Yeah,
it was delicious. I couldn't even tell the difference. I thought it was dairy.
It's great. And then they also do, like I said, vegan options for the coquito as well, which is like Puerto Rican eggnog. So you know what I mean? So that's my gift to you.
All right, fine. You got me. Look, that's how you do it though. You don't tell me because I won't eat it. Like I literally am like, no dairy. like don't bring me no turkey bacon. I'm like, that's turkey.
Right. We tricked them, y'all. See? So if he ate it, it's good.
Yeah. I vouch for it. It actually tastes good. I'm not really a pina colada person, and I liked it. So pina colada had a little
refreshing.
Coconut.
It has a little rum in it. You know? And they have non-alcoholic versions as well.
Right.
So so that's that. And then I also have, today on supporting our friends in different businesses. I am wearing today. Hold on, let me get this out the way.
A billionaire.
Boom.
What does that say?
Black billionaires. This is a sweatshirt from my good friend, my sister's clothing line, Coco Sarai. Miss Coco Sarai. Shout out to Coco.
Shout out Coco.
An amazing artist, Jamaican woman from Brooklyn, New York. Amazing artist, singer, songwriter, everything. And this line was inspired by it's called Strange Fame brand.
Okay.
Now the way the clothing line came about was because last year she actually wrote a song called Strange Fame. And I was able to co-direct the music video.
That sounds fire.
Look that up if you guys get a chance.
Which one is that?
Strange? It's called Strange Fame.
Really? I'm trying to see which video it was because I know I probably saw it on your page.
Yeah, it's her latest one. It's when she's wearing like a white shirt and is a protesting scene. It was very much targeted. It was about the George Floyd, not just that, but everything, the Black Lives Matter movement,
right.
Very heavily inspired. And what's crazy about that is that when she wrote the song, and when she finished writing the song, she went on Facebook and saw a video of her brother being assaulted by the police in the same manner in which she had written in the song.
Wow. And she didn't know?
She didn't know. She had no idea. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it was very heavy. It was a very heavy time for us to even get through the music video and all that. But we pushed through because we knew there was a bigger story there than just that.
Was he okay? How did he turn out?
He's okay now. He came out to LA to visit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a documentary. We created a documentary around the story because it's just so unique, exactly. But still very powerful. Yeah. So out of that whole situation, Coco came out with this clothing line, and this is one of the sweatshirts. She has other ones as well. One that says equity over equality. and they have different messages from the song.
That's fire. Though.
Right.
Say that again.
Equity over equality.
Talking.
Right. We be talking,
Facts.
y'all.
Facts. I love that one.
So,
because there's a lot of racial issues that can be narrowed down to just, what is your wealth, right? And your equity, and what do you own? And if you don't own nothing, you really don't have a voice, unfortunately. So a lot of that started without us being able to participate, but it still comes down to some of those issues of just what is your equity. So I love that. Equity over equality. Get your money right.
Yes.
First,
amen.
Right?
So check that out. The website is strangefame.com.
Okay.
And then you could just look up the merch there. So this is available in different colors.
Black billionaires. We need to get there.
Come on.
We need to get
there.
And
I got the song for us. We could play it now. We could play it later whenever
Let's
we
hear it. Let's hear
bet.
it.
All right, here we go. This is
Do we
Strange
need to call her and
Fame.
get the rights? Can we?
Nah, she's straight.
Don't get us cut off.
So this is Strange Fame by Coco Sarai. It's out now, available on all platforms.
Get it. Exclusive.
I gave all I've got to give till there's nothing left. Face down on the concrete. Everybody watching, want nobody come and help me. Nose bloody and I can't breathe. Mama watching from the other side. I'm saying I don't want to go up begging for my life.
That's powerful. I love her voice. It's kind of I can't think of her name.
I gave all I've got to give till there's nothing left.
Yeah, that's strong.
Well, it's your turn now.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's a call to action.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? They gon' judge how I got, by how I live. Shit, I did my best. This is the strangest fame.
Yeah, that gives me chills.
Let it be in vain.
Yeah, like if I was at home, I would zone out to that, possibly even shed a tear. That's how it's it's a great song when you just feel it, right? And I could feel the truth in her voice, and I could feel her talking about that. That's how I feel when I listen to Change Gonna Come. Mm-hmm. When I hear that, I feel emotional immediately because I know the passion that he's feeling. I know he's feeling it.
Yeah.
That one, and another one that I love is Walking Shoes. That's one of my favorites because that's the entrepreneur to a T. I don't know exactly. I mean, I kind of know where I'm going, but I just got to keep walking, right?
Yeah.
And I listen to that. Those are my motivational songs. I love that. What's her name again?
Coco Sarai. You could check her out on Instagram as well, and she's Apple Music, Spotify. All the title, all that. It's at COCASARAI.
Coco is added to the playlist.
Yes.
Bam.
Yes. And she got some new music coming out this year. We're very excited about that. We're gonna have her on the show. She's gonna be talking about that at some point.
Right.
But yeah, so keep an eye out for her. She's worked with Dr. Dre, Anderson .Paak. I mean, she just came out with a song with Nas. She's doing it. She's on a song with Snoop Dogg. It's out. We out here. We out here.
Out here. Like she's way out here. I think I just. That's the we were talking about her on the first show, right? That's the black chick. I think I'm just trying to picture her face.
Yeah.
I like her. I like her vibe, her energy. She looks like she's a cool.
Yeah, she's
cool
real
people,
as F.
Yeah.
I don't like to curse too much, but she real as
I know
F.
you got in trouble, didn't you? Your mama said something, did you? Your parents be watching. I know you got in trouble. My mama called me too. I'm gonna stop, mama. I'm gonna try. But listen, all right. So let's get into this. All right, because. Not only do I love having these debates because a lot of the principles are based on bullshit and old school thought processes, and I just love having them because I like to hear from you. So if you out there, I need to hear you in the comments. I need to hear what you think about it, and I want to hear any questions that you have. If you're a female, I want to hear you. If you have any gripes or any questions for the male species, we grouping everybody together today. If you're a woman, I'm against you today, right? If you're a man, any questions, we want to hear them in the comments. But I told you about the chat room I started, right? I started a chat room. It was like 15 guys. And ladies, you have beat us into such a submission. Like, you should have seen this room. It was just quiet. Like, I had one of my friends just sounded like a slave. And he was just like, they ain't gonna never change. We just can't do nothing. We just have to live with it. And I was like, no, I want to start the conversation. I want to talk about it. And he was so against it. Like, it doesn't matter. We're against it. So I want to start my first question to you, to everybody out there.
Here we go.
Right? We just gonna generalize.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Of course.
Who is the biggest problem in relationships, right? Because I know women have their side, right? Women have their side, men have their side. But I'm gonna start with what I think is wrong. And I'm not gonna start with what I think is wrong, but I'm gonna tell you my perspective on that.
He'll start with what he thinks is wrong.
Exactly. Well, all of that. So, but I think like men, you get mad at us because we do stupid things, right? We do stupid things. We may cheat. We're dumb, right? But I feel like that's tangible. Like y'all are just delusional sometimes, and it's like it's like, how do I explain to you that you like? It's maddening. Like there's no help. So, for example, right?
Yes, please. Example.
For example, you'll do something that upsets you, right? Okay. And the idea of trying to change that action or change that result is what I would say, like, maybe we did it this way. So you don't want to hear me. You don't want to change what you're doing, but you continue doing the same thing. And then I have to then be okay with you being mad. I have to help you through it while you're mad when I could have saved you from doing that, but I got to let you do it so you can learn your own lesson. And it's like I'm forced to go through madness with you, even though I see you about to make a mistake, but I can't help you. I can't. And it's like we are forced to, like, it's like, I don't know. It's like, say, for another example, right? What dress should I wear? Okay. Right? The red one. I like the red one, baby. And instead of just taking that and feeling confident, you like, but I kind of like the black one. And then right. But you don't want help.
Yeah. Most of the time we don't want help.
Why you ask?
Well, we ask because, we just need to talk it out sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes we just need to talk it out. We need to hear ourselves talk. And we just need to like vent it and then make our own mind. So you're just kind of like, I don't want to say we're using you, but you're just kind of like a wall for us to bounce off. Exactly.
How does that feel as a person? That's maddening.
But you know what? I do that with my friends. I do that with my girlfriends. Like sometimes, we have this. I have this dynamic with like my homegirls where we'll call each other and be like, "Girl, this is what I'm going through," and then they'll just sit there and listen and be like, "Yeah, girl, I know," and da da da. And by the end of the conversation, I've already given myself the solution, and we know this. This is an acceptable thing that we know
in your circle,
right?
Yeah, do that in your circle. So don't bring that to us.
So we try to bring that to y'all,
right?
And then y'all just giving us these logical solutions.
Because we want to fix it. Why would you not want to fix it? That's the point that I'm making. Why do you not want to fix it? Like, I know as a man, we shouldn't fix everything, right? We gotta let you make your mistake. Fix everything? Because when you ask us, that feels like that's our job, right? Like, don't ask me something and not expect me to want to give you a solution. Like that feels maddening to me. Like, just if you want to debate, just debate. Do what you got to do, right? Don't bring me into it. Because once you bring me into it, I care, so I want to help you.
Because men are very logical. Like I'm trying to,
And just you on your emotional stuff is just like, I get that you just want to vent and talk about it, which is good to say at the beginning. Just say, listen, I just want to vent. Like, okay,
maybe we could say it a little bit.
And it's like, but I'm gonna think of some more in a minute. But
I know Paris is going off in the comments right now. Paris, what's up, Paris Paul?
Yeah.
He said no logic. Where's Zen?
Listen, he's one of the people that were quiet in my room. I'm glad you're here, though, Pete. Thank you for shouting.
He said, "Why y'all ask questions you don't want the answer to?"
Yes.
Nuts. Why do y'all think we could read minds too?
No, hold on. Save those. Those are all. We're gonna tack all of those.
Oh, we gonna
separately. Right now, we on the one where you ask questions you don't want answers to. Right. Now, I want to put all the pressure on you because I know you make your own decisions and you do not speak. I don't speak for women. I mean, I don't speak for men. She doesn't speak for women.
For all women.
Yes,
at all.
These are her opinions, but we putting the pressure on you.
Okay.
All right. Why? Like, I know you just want to vent, right? But understand the logic in that. Like, don't you ask like to get an answer? Like, we just supposed to? I don't know, baby. Like, what if we don't answer? What if we come back to you with the same madness? Like, I would do both. Right?
I know,
since it doesn't matter.
Because I feel like for me, when I am naturally very indecisive. Right. I mean, I guess I don't know if I come across like I know what I'm doing with my life, but
you do.
Yeah,
you come off very confident. Yeah.
Thank you, and I am with what I know, with what I care about.
Right.
But most of the times I don't know what I want to eat.
So why don't you take advice? So why can't we help you?
But you giving me an example helps me narrow it down. Does that make sense?
Yes, but why can't we just
sometimes I just need a little push in the right direction. I don't need you to give me the answer because at the end of the day, I can still choose for myself. But I could need a little like, I would do the opinion,
right? I need an opinion.
I need an opinion. I don't need the answer though,
okay?
Because then I'll decide, or I'll be like, well, that's when you get into the whole, well, I like what you're eating, or
Right.
I'll have a little bit of what you're having,
Right.
and I end up doing that a lot. Like,
Right.
especially if my guy friends, or if I'm dating someone, and I just see what they're eating, or I just see like what they bought. I'm
understand.
like, I want that too.
What? I don't
I'm
understand.
also a little sister, so I
Yeah.
have an older brother,
Oh,
so
okay.
I grew
That
up
plays a
like
part.
Mr. Me Too. I
Yeah.
grew up like a little.
Do you
Mr.
have
Me
the
Too.
video I sent you on this computer?
I can pull it up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna play that song, which was hilarious. Right? It was a hilarious song that I sent her about a guy waiting for his girlfriend to choose something to eat. Now, listen, I don't have a problem really with being indecisive, right? I just feel like if you're indecisive and you know you're indecisive and you come to me, then I'm going to help you decide, right? And it's like, I feel like that's at least my place. But if you don't want my opinion, then don't ask me. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain situations where opinion thing works. Like, what do you think I should do? Should I be mad or should I not be mad? And you just want an opinion. Okay, that's one thing.
Right.
But I'm talking about actual actions that you know you need help with, in a sense, right?
Uh-huh.
And if you don't know, then you should trust the person you're asking.
Yeah,
In a
but
sense, right?
I mean, I guess with like life issues,
Yeah.
with like big deal things, honestly, little things like that, or what I want to wear.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, maybe not all, unless you're like a stylist.
Yeah.
I'm not really trusting my man
Come on.
with my whole
Look,
wardrobe
yeah.
choice. I'm
I
not.
guess that I
I'm gonna be
managed
like,
to
he
express-
thinks that look cute for him, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it in the back of my mind. Like, all right, he thinks that's cute. So whenever we go on a date, I know I'm gonna wear that. I know what he likes.
Yeah.
But if at the end it's just an opinion,
Yeah.
then I'm like, all right, cool. Well, what do I want to wear?
Yeah.
Actually, I was leaning more towards a red one anyway. So
Right.
boom, we're good.
But I think even as I don't want to speak for all men, but for me, I love that confidence of you just putting on and just knowing you feel right. Just put that shit on, like, yeah, and they come out the room like, oh, and I'm like, damn, like, but I can't even have that moment because I've gone through the frustration of going back and forth with you about what to wear, what this looks like, feel beautiful. I'm with you for a reason. You're beautiful. Whatever you put on, I'm gonna love. Just do it. Just put it on, please.
Right.
Can we go? I got reservations. We need to go.
Well, y'all know, the longer y'all are with us, the more and more y'all take up the place of the homegirl.
Exactly, which I'm okay with because I'm okay chatting.
Yeah. So even I sit there with my homegirls,
Right.
and I chat with them when we're getting ready to go out.
Mhm.
I'm like, all right, but how are we going?
Right.
Are we looking like trash today? Not trash, but are we looking dressed down, or are we dressing up? How are we looking? Because I want to match my friends' fly. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
right.
Like, if we're a group of girls, I want to match. I want us all to match, or to look in a vibe.
Right.
So I'm doing the same thing with my man at some point.
But leave us out of it. We don't want to be a part of it. That's like, leave that with you and your girlfriends.
Fuel over there nodding his head. He over there agreeing.
Listen, I'm telling you, I asked the men, and like the men at least my age, in the late 20s, like at least like they're all just defeated. Like I tried all my life and I can't. I don't know what they want. I
Fuel,
tried.
what are you thinking over there?
Yeah.
I feel like, what are you thinking?
Fuel knows. Look, let's give, like, first, before we go too deep into that one,
Okay.
I want to give you a chance to rebuttal on what do you think? What's one of your pet peeves? What's one of your big problems with men?
With men. Okay. Are we're keeping it? We're keeping it. No, I'll go straight forward.
Yeah,
I'll go straight for it.
in.
I'll go straight
Get
for
it.
the one that I think is annoying. Is how men, if they sleep around,
Mhm.
it's all good. It's like high fives all over the place. It's like, yeah, I took her down, blah, blah, blah. But as women, we have to be saints. If we're not, we're tainted. If we're too prude, then we're not fun. You know what I mean? If we're too sexual, then it's like, oh, chill, whoa, you do a lot. You know what I mean? It's like,
Ooh, him too? Damn.
right, like,
Shit.
and honestly, I'm this is not necessarily a personal experience, but I was raised very reserved. My parents were very strict, so I was raised like this typical like good girl place, right?
Mhm.
And as I got older, then just in general, just being open to exploring your sexuality as a woman, your femininity, or I'm a dancer, so dressing a certain way for auditions, and it was seen as, some people in my family were like, well, why are you dressing like that? Or,
Right.
things like that.
Yeah.
But nowhere was it ever, with the men in my family, has it ever been a thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what the freak?
Well, listen, first of all, that's what we do. You know what I mean? Let us do what we do, man. Y'all stay at home, make shit ready for us, man. We go out and be crazy, man. So we do, man. We go out and we attack shit, man. So we do,
If you don't believe that.
No, that's not what we do. But listen, my response, I don't speak for all men, but I'm gonna give you that answer. Right?
Sorry.
And you playing another song? I get background music.
It just played out of nowhere.
So, when it comes to men, in a sense, right? Like it's not so much that we're out trying to sleep with everybody and trying to be in everybody's face. That's just how we create personalities around trying to get a woman. And that's what we do. Like ever since we find out what our little man is down here, we trying to get to women, right? And so we learn ways to get to women. We create a whole personality around it. We go, woohoo, hey girl, and that's what we do. So like it's almost a chase game, right? And so you have the luxury of being no, not that dick, sorry. No, I don't want that one. No, sorry. I'll take that one. Like
right.
and you get to choose, right? And so I think it's easier for you to just hold all that down. And it's also a fact of you are the prize. So if you're out kind of doing what we doing,
right, but don't you agree that men are the prize too? I mean, to make children, you need both. You need the sperm and you need the egg. True. Right? So you need, and I think maybe that's the thing of men are social. Fuel, jump on here at any moment. Yeah, let's turn his mic on. That man is busting at the seams over there. He got things to say.
Test that mic, Fuel.
Check.
All right, we got Fuel in here. Fuel, I'm gonna turn this camera on you.
Am I check? Oh man, I wasn't planning on being on here.
Right now, we need him. He over there talking. He over there going
giggling. Look, you can see the whole behind the scenes setup over there.
I was trying to show the whole scene.
You scared?
I'm on?
Yeah, you on. I hear you.
Yeah, you on.
Okay, I just can't hear myself. Anyway, I agree with the fact of how we categorize women when they're out there doing their thing, and we look at them as sluts or hoes or whatever the case may be, and which is a wrong thing. But the reason is because I know some people question that. Why is that? That's because really, in general, we feel that women are actually really supposed to treasure what they have. You know what I'm saying? So when they actually just throwing it out to everybody, as for men, we don't treasure what we have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not a treasure. I mean, you create life. You create life,
also,
and
it's
like precious. And you're getting stabbed, and we don't like it.
It's also kind of what you were saying, Jay, too. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like we just basically, grow up or whatever and trying to go get that. You know what I'm saying? And trying to prove something or whatever as far as us, personality, and around other friends. But when it comes to the women or whatever, we feel like that's not supposed to be a thing that they're supposed to do because they are the prize. They are the ones that we pray.
And I do agree with that. I do agree with the women are the prize, and I definitely think that's
it's not fair. I'm not saying
I will agree. It's definitely not fair.
And I'll give you that perspective. Yeah. A couple perspectives. Number one, I think yes, we are conditioned by society that men are the hunters and women are the the dames, and we're supposed to just be this virginal being. However, and I'll say this for myself, I feel like I was raised to marry as opposed to being raised to date, and I feel like men are raised to date and to sow their seeds and to go from flower to flower and see what they like and see what they don't like. And then they can settle down when they've done all their jumping around.
Right.
Whereas, and I think for a lot of women, I was actually engaged at 21.
Wow.
I was engaged at 21.
Where's he at right now? Can we talk about him?
Let's just say us not being engaged or married was the best thing that ever happened to me. Shout out to you.
No, right?
For breaking my heart.
But do you see him? Do you have him on Facebook? Like, how does that feel?
No, we didn't speak for 10 years with that guy. We didn't speak for 10 years. He was like my first big heartbreak. We finally spoke. He apologized. Whatever. It's all good. You live and you learn. Right. But at that time I was raised and I was like very much like, oh no, I'm gonna get married. I'm not gonna live with a guy and I'm gonna do all the right things. And I tried and I did it. Right. And then it ended up not working out. Right. So for me it was devastating. But I had never really dated like that. And I don't, and let's just get this straight. I don't necessarily mean dating equals having sex or sleeping around. Right. That. Oh God, Mom, I hope she's not watching.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry,
It's
Martinez.
okay.
This is-
My brother's watching though.
yeah.
Shout out.
I saw Chris. Shout out, Chris.
So I don't necessarily equate dating to having sex, but it's almost like as women, we're conditioned to just talk to one guy at a time
Right.
and just kind of like give him the chance and
Yeah.
put all your eggs in that basket, literally. And then it's like, what if it don't work out?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't until I got older that I started just being more open to getting to know
Started
different
thotting,
people.
didn't you?
You know
started
what I
getting
mean?
out
You know,
there.
these little
Oh,
whole
turn
fat-
up. Hey, turn up.
Little Tatiana.
No,
No,
I'm kidding.
Tatiana.
No. Like you can tell that you're well raised. Like I can just, I
Yeah.
can look at you, but I do want to say first, I do think that it's okay, and I think women should have some experiences, right? And I just think it's a difference between having experiences, maybe, hooking up with a few guys, having a few one night stands, and then, or being Megan Thee Stallion, right? Like, or the way she speaks, right?
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's how she really is in life, but
What they're promoting.
yes, but
Mhm.
that whole, like, if you got money, like, let me get it,
Okay.
right? Like, I think.
How do you feel about how do you both of y'all feel about WAP?
Well, I mean,
About that movement,
I'm all
you know
about
what
it.
I
Like,
mean?
because like, look, we got fuckboys all over the rap game. So, like, if we could talk about sex in that way, then I don't think it's wrong for women to talk about sex in that way. But I
Mhm.
think I would class it as just more experience, because I don't think most men are thinking, I want to be a hoe. Like, we're not thinking, let's go hoe, let's go stab everything. We're just thinking we want girls, right? And whoever
Right.
opens the door, all right, well, I'm in this one, like, and it's
but
more.
now,
It's
uh-huh.
more of it's more of an explorative type of thing, right? And I think women should be able to do that as well.
I agree. But now we have the thing where it's like, if a man is giving a woman a certain attention
Mhm.
and he's not ready for a relationship, what are we doing? Sometimes they don't make it clear.
Well, they don't, but that's what one of my biggest things that I always say, that the hardest thing I think about being a woman in a relationship is understanding the difference between sexual attraction and attraction, right? And
Mhm.
because I do think that there are sexual attractions where you are sexually attracted to somebody, but it's
Mhm.
like, I'm maybe not in it for a relationship.
So how does that? So
but,
I'll ask you
but
guys
it
that.
almost
How
feels
does that?
the same.
How do you guys know when a woman is? I don't want to say the one, but
Yeah.
this woman is like something I want to pursue seriously,
It's just a process.
as opposed to, I'm trying to just take this down, or we'll see where it goes.
It's just I'm saying, it doesn't start any different. I mean, for me, I'm gonna speak for myself.
Mhm.
It doesn't start any different. Everybody, I'm gonna take you for what you are, and we'll see where it goes. And then, like, I'll see kind of the way you are. That, like, if you and, like, I'm like, okay, we're gonna keep this fun.
Uh-huh.
And if it's like, every relationship that I've had with a female usually starts with, hey, I'm sure you're dating, I'm dating, let's hang out. And if
so you make it clear you're
point,
dating other, so you're cool with dating other people at the same time.
Yeah, because I don't like. I think you're naive if you get into a relationship and you don't think that they have somebody in their DM, right? Somebody, like,
unless you make it clear.
Yeah.
Wait, Fuel got something to
yeah,
say.
or
He giving me the
ex
eyes,
or
y'all.
ex somewhere.
He giving me the
What you got,
eyes,
Fuel?
y'all.
What you got, Fuel?
No, I was more so going to say, as far as the music part, and how men make grungy music or whatever, about sex and booties and stuff.
You
like
could just
that.
do voice,
As
man.
opposed-
I won't force you to be on camera like you do me.
Thanks.
Right.
And appreciate, I mean, women when they do it or whatever. The difference is that we already know what we're gonna expect, and we don't mind. We don't do it. When women do it, and they feel like the
Delusional.
same way, but that's not what they get. And when I say that, I mean by the respect, by the like, if you were saying something, you doing out there, you on the floor, and you doing twerking and taking your ass, the first thing niggas gonna think is like, damn.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Right.
I'm thinking
She
sex.
open. She out here.
I'm just
Yeah.
thinking sex. I've
Yeah.
been sexually attracted, right?
Yeah,
And
and
Okay.
so
But I'm just
so
dancing.
women would get mad and feel disrespected and this and that or whatever, as opposed to if a dude do a certain song with a certain dance, whatever, where they down doing their thing, and then the woman comes to him, whatever, he looks at it as a bonus, as a,
Right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's the whole
Ching,
that's
ching.
the difference or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I've seen it. I've danced for.
We need. You have a
I've-
friend we could tap in. We could just send them a code and they could jump on their phone. Because I was like, I feel
Right.
like you need a partner on here.
Right.
Like I don't
Yeah,
want to gang up.
dude,
You're so
whatever.
sweet. I don't want to gang up
No,
on
I
you.
mean, I can
Look,
take it.
I know you from Queens and
I
all.
can take it.
But
But and so even with that, like I've as a dancer, I've danced behind male artists,
Right.
and I've seen that. I've seen them, get on stage and talk about different women and all types of stuff. And then backstage, it's crazy.
Crazy.
The women, they were trying to befriend us so that they could be getting with the artists, and they be throwing it.
And I think that's a lot of the side that people don't see, right? Yeah. And when you think about, like obviously the Me Too movement and all of that, like obviously everyone should be heard, but I don't think a lot of people know that side of the industry of these women who just throw themselves, right? And I think a lot of these big artists and big names, they get used to just saying what they want. You come in here, you here. And then you get caught up with the one girl who doesn't know the program. And now it's like, oh wait, I don't know. And she can't say no. And then it's like rape. Like I feel like that happens.
That's tricky. I mean, it's tricky. It does. Yes and no. Yeah. And I agree though. I will acknowledge as a woman that I know that I feel like we understand to a degree. Again, I'm gonna speak for myself because I don't want to, generalize too much. But I understand. Like I can understand my own power. I understand that if the way I present myself to a man, it can give the wrong impression. Yes. And I know that I can make him, you know how to sweet talk somebody. Yeah. You can sweet talk somebody and you know what your power is, right? So I will say that there are women that will abuse that and know how to manipulate that. And and even if the man is married or even if the man is, whatever, they will use that. Right. They will seduce.
And that's what that was one of my biggest, complaints on that situation is just sometimes I think women don't take accountability for what they're doing. Like my favorite one to debate, which is actually aligned with this show, is just because of what you're wearing, it doesn't mean you get treated a certain way, right? And I agree with that. Like no one should treat you anyway based on what you're wearing, but at least know that you are seductively. Like what you're pushing up. You know what you're putting out there.
Most of the time, we just want it for ourselves.
But listen,
we just try to look cute for
what I
say
to you know what I say to that? So if you walked out with that outfit and everybody was like, that's ugly, take that off, you would never wear that shit again. Because you don't feel as confident in it. But when you get compliments,
I feel the same way with sweats. Like sometimes I be wanting to like this sweatshirt. I'm like, I could come in here and have a whole all my cleavage.
I wish more girls knew that.
You know what I mean? But I feel comfortable in this, so that's what I want to wear. And even just doing my makeup, it's quarantine still ish. I'm like, I haven't done my makeup in a minute. Let me just do a little something. Yeah. I understand that not everyone's like that, but I do have women friends that are very strong and very much comfortable with their bodies, of course, and their sexuality.
I think you should be, but you also can't be naive to think that somebody ain't gonna be like, damn, like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but then there's that line of like respect. Because on the same token, if a man is walking around with no shirt on and he's like super buff and everything, yes, you're gonna get women looking at him like, God damn, that's crazy. I'll look at him like that's crazy. But it's I'm not gonna go up to him and say something or say something sexual or something.
I do
like
think men sometimes do cross that line as far as how they approach. Like, so I know men can be stupid and like, hey bitch, like,
right.
I'm not saying that that's okay, but
that
at least
is not okay.
But yeah, it's definitely not okay. But I'm just saying, at least understand that, like, I think it was a comedian that put it like, it's like y'all are like these fluffy, beautiful little rabbits, and we're like bears. And I can't, like, right. we don't know how to operate. Like, I can't touch you. Like,
if you ever want to know what it feels like, go walk around in New York City. Growing up in New York City, man, even from like a teenager. And I'm young looking. So I was even younger when I was a teenager looking. And I would be just walking in the street. And you get catcalled all the time. Hey, yo, ma. Hey, yo, ma. And then when you don't respond properly, they're like, man, well, F you then. Yeah. You ugly anyways. Yeah. So you got to get that. So you get a little like used to that. Yeah. But yeah, I don't agree. It doesn't make it okay. There's like a documentary out there, or a small like video that went viral of a woman that she put a camera in her back pocket. Right. In New York City, and she walked around, right? You saw that? And the amount of men that were looking at her, calling at her, blah, blah, blah.
Like, I don't agree with the shouting out, but like, just so you guys know, like, we kind of started this on, if you just joined, we kind of started this on why can men mess around, and women, when they decide to mess around, they get labeled as hoes and stuff like that. That's where it started. But now we've gone into kind of how you dress and like that, what that gives off. And I really want to make sure that line is separate. I think there's a lot of conversations with men and with how to talk to women, how to approach, and and just knowing your boundaries. But I'm only challenging the fact that like I can't help if I'm attracted to you, right? And,
Right.
like I know you wear certain things to attract the person that you are attracted to. Like it may
Yeah.
not be me, but if I come up now, you got an attitude. Like
And we know,
I'm sorry,
you know,
like-
again,
like-
we know, like I know if I'm putting on something tight, if
Yeah.
I'm putting on something that shows my figure off, I can almost expect
yeah,
that it will draw certain attention.
and that's all I want. I just want you to know.
So-
I just want you to know. Like
Yes.
don't walk
So
around
I-
confused like men are pigs. But it's like come on, like you make people feel certain ways, and I
Yeah.
think a lot of men don't really understand how to talk to women. And especially with music now, you think you're a rap star and you could just say, let me give you a throat baby. And it's like, sorry,
Throw
no.
babies, oh god.
No, not me. So let's see. We got
But
anybody?
yeah, okay. So I have a
Go ahead,
wait.
go ahead.
Well, I have a question again for the guys. You know, and I saw this recently on online somewhere where it said that men like don't care for like eyelashes or makeup and things like
Almost
that.
just said that. Almost was like, I hate eyelashes. Why people be wearing the eyelashes?
What?
My-
Why?
look,
What
my-
is it like? Okay, or what do you guys? What do you guys like?
My
Let's just
Beyonce,
put that out there.
my Beyonce wears lashes. I love it when she puts her lashes on.
Mhm.
Right? I
Do
love
you
it.
notice? Like,
I
do you
do.
notice a difference?
I
Okay.
definitely do. So, and she wears the normal ones, not the super like,
Right.
like she ain't walk around dusting
Bat
stuff.
girls,
Like,
bat girls.
So, but I think they actually, you know, they add a little exotic feel to her eyes, and like, you know,
Mhm.
it just accentuates the eye. So
Okay.
I have no problem with lashes. I don't like collagen lips. Like that's whoever said that was cute. I don't think I've ever seen
know.
anybody say that this was cute. Like that's what I don't like. I don't
when
like
it start
fake shit.
looking, yeah, when it started looking like weird,
Yeah.
like fake, that's
Yeah,
weird.
that's the only I like. But lashes, like as long as they're not the full ghetto girl joints, like I think they're fine. Like, what do you think about lashes? I know. Almost on the show earlier, he was like, that was the first thing he said. I hate eyelashes. I was like, what? So, but look, when I get home, my girl has
Unique
her
said-
eyelashes. Go ahead.
I'll
go
say
ahead.
Unique said where women wear makeup for other women. That is true. That I'll give you that. I'll give you that. And natural is hella sexy.
Yes, we know.
Okay,
Yes,
y'all agree
please.
with that?
Everybody understand that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and I think the first thing you need to understand is that, and just love yourself. Whatever you put on, whatever you wear, just do it. Just feel it, like right, and just
Mhm.
understand that somebody may be attracted to it from the women perspective, and you know that they shoot their shot
It's the
respectfully.
The
Right.
overkill. When you just overdo it. Like,
What?
like you said, if the eyelash is too big.
Yeah, when it's just too
And
much.
it's like it's the overkill to draw the attention.
Yeah.
Like when they get their lips done or whatever, and it's just out there.
Right.
That's what you see. That's the first thing you see. And
Yeah.
it's not attractive. You know what I'm saying? But it may make them feel beautiful.
And you
what I
know,
mean?
but
that's really what counts. Is what really making them feel beautiful. But for some other people's opinion, like you said, it might be just man, it's overkill.
so then why are these? We'll call them types. These
Right.
types, and I'll put men in there too. Let's put men in there, like these hella like super fit men.
Mhm.
And I'm going into social media right now. These women with the fake everything,
Right.
but body sculpted, all that stuff. These are these influencers.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'll say women, and then I'll equate it to men, where it's like I've heard of men getting like fake calf implants and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and hair. Yes,
Yeah, a lot of that, but like
There
hair.
are
Yeah, a lot of
calf
that goes
implants,
to
there's hair. You know, men get sculpted too,
Yeah.
and that's
well,
what
now in this age of
in this
fuckboy.
age, right, right.
Right.
But it's like that's what is driving internet, the
Yeah.
social media life right now. So then how do you explain that? How do you explain to a woman, I'll say myself, right?
Right.
I'm natural. Only thing fake on me maybe my hair color,
Yeah.
the hip tips, but everything else I've never had anything augmented, right?
Yeah.
Someone who's natural like that, then you see that that's what's going on in social media.
Mhm.
So if I'm over here dating someone and I see him liking all these like Insta model
Yeah.
pictures, how is a woman like me not gonna feel some type of way about that, or not gonna assume that that's what you like
Yeah,
and that's
because
what you want?
know there's certain things that are kind of sexual, or you'll see something like I have this problem like with my fiance. I call my fiance my fiance, but I'll like a picture just because of the photo, right? Just from a photographer standpoint. Shut up! Don't you say nothing. Listen,
Artistic merit? What?
but it is and sometimes if it's a picture that makes me like, oh damn, that's sexy, like of course I
Uh-huh.
like it because it's sexy, but it's really sometimes more the artistic thing. Like I stopped following anybody that I don't know that was sexy, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I don't need to see it, right? It's just too much. Like I'm unfollowed friends that are girls because they be on there with
it's
I'm
too
like,
sexy.
just no, go over there with that, right? Because
Right.
I don't need that. Like I'm, and it's almost like it's a distraction. So for me, I try not to look. But if I do like a photo, sometimes it's just if it's sexy and it gets me, I'm like,
Right. And
like
it's in
that,
your face.
right? Like that, like that's all right. Because I appreciate that it made me go, oh shit, like
Right. I mean, I feel that way too. I like women's. I have friends
Yeah.
that are models and that are influencers, and I understand that.
Yeah, and I think you should ask your partner, right? Because some
Mhm.
men may just do it because it's ass and titties, like
Well, right.
ooh,
I
like,
mean, it's not cute.
Yeah.
When you scrolling through Instagram and you see all these models, and then the person you're talking to or dating, you see, when they tell you the person's name and like 300 other thousand people
Yeah.
liked it, and they'll show you that one person's name. It has, of course, it's gonna be.
I'm so
you're
glad that they
talking-
took off the history. Remember, like you could for
Yeah.
every day. But listen, if you're in a relationship, like really, you shouldn't be liking that many damn photos, right? Like you shouldn't be on somebody's
Should they?
page. No, like because it's almost like unless it's your business or you can appreciate certain things. Like if you're a photographer, right? I have a photographer that I follow. He posts like sexy photos, so I'll like his photos, right? But I'm not really liking
The
just
girl,
the
yeah.
girls, right? It's the photos, but I just
Fuel over there,
Right, I know
throwing
you know
shade
Fuel,
in the corner.
but I just think if you are in a relationship, like you shouldn't even be trying to
Right.
like all of these photos because it's almost flirtation now. Like it's almost
Yeah.
a way of flirtation.
Yeah,
So
like shooting your shot is like,
yeah, hard eyes.
hard eyes. Them hard eyes go a long way.
That's so good.
Honestly, I've recently gotten hip to this kind of situation because as a woman, again, I'm an artist and I do take photos. I do take photos, and I actually put up a post today.
Right.
I
I
follow
saw
me.
it. I skipped it. I was like, I just saw 2 no.
So I do enjoy exploring my femininity
Yeah.
and in an artistic way, whatever.
No.
So I will post that.
Yeah.
And again, I've also been single for the past 2 years, so I
Yeah.
haven't had to I don't worry about who's in my comments
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
stuff like
You
that.
shouldn't have to, right?
Yeah. But and then I had it brought to my attention fairly recently that when you are kind of seeing someone,
Mhm.
maybe those are things to consider.
It is.
Because, and again, I'm just starting to become aware of this.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, if I'm in your comments, right? You
Yeah.
post up a picture of yourself, and I post up like a hard eyes, a heart,
Mm.
a winky face, something like that. You know what I mean? It just looks crazy. Like,
Yeah.
and Anna rolls up in your comments.
I know. Like, why she always liking your stuff?
Why she
Look,
always liking your
I've
stuff?
had that conversation. Not
Why
about you,
she
obviously.
hearting it?
Mhm.
Why she what's this joke? What's she talking about?
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
What is she talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
What did she see? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's like crazy.
It is like look. I want that in the comments right now. How do you handle your relationship on social media and or social media? Because I think that's a big one. Like, and I think men and women do it a little different. Men get caught up like liking women's pictures because that's what pops up. That's what sells. Like if I
Right.
go to my search or my like history on Instagram, nothing but like sexy models pop up, and I don't really search that many.
Right.
But it's just I guess because I'm a man, I don't know. It's just that's all that pops up.
Yeah.
And it's hard to like. No, I'm just
Yeah.
I got to get out of it. But how do you handle that? Like, are you mad if your significant other likes other photos? That's the question.
Right. It sounds so
Yes or no,
trivial,
right?
but it's so real.
But it
now.
does because it's those moments where like you're just kind of like, why she like that? Like, and it attacks
Right.
your insecurity. And I come from a place of like I would never feel weird if my fiance thinks someone else is attractive or like because there's beautiful
Mhm.
people all over the place, right?
Yeah, but what if there was a guy consistently
That's
in
what I'm
her
saying.
comments,
But if it gets
consistently liking her
consistent,
thing?
then that's when we have a talk, right? And
Right.
this is a real talk. Like, look, I know how it feels to be hit on, and it's that good feeling of like, oh, like you're giving me
Right, like
attention,
I gotta admire.
right?
but-
And that feels good. Like, I mean, I understand that, but you have to also understand the position you're putting yourself in now as our relationship continues. Right now, it's almost like you're building something, and it starts with just little bing, 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 and
Right.
it builds to a like, I kind of want to see you, like. You know what I mean? It builds. So I would
Right.
just say be careful. That's
Yeah. What do you think, Fuel, over
Yeah.
there?
I know. Look, the evil laugh. You sound like what's his name on shit? What was the show? Living Single. What
Oh,
what was his name? What was it?
Cal.
Cal. Yeah, you sound like Cal. What you feel on that? You ever had a fight over what you liking on Facebook, Instagram?
I feel like this. To be honest with you, when you're with someone, you're in a relationship with someone, And if you really, truly, truly feel about that person that you with, I don't think you would even get in a position naturally to like somebody or be on their page or something like that much to be clicking it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it end up not being. It's one of those things that's just natural. You just don't want to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But what if they're
Yes, you
doing
can
it on
see
your
it.
page?
Huh?
What if the people are doing it to you?
So if a woman is coming on my page or whatever the case may be, and she's just kind of, and she's inboxing me or something like that, and I'm not responding back, that's been disrespectful to me. Especially, and so this is the thing though, sometimes people don't have that they're single or together on their page or whatever, or even have pictures with their significant other, which makes others think that, oh, well, I can hit her up and see
that's gonna be my next question.
Right. Yeah.
But what I will say though is, and now this is more personal for you and for both of you. You know, you guys are
personal. I ain't
You're personal.
you guys are figures. You guys are public figures. Right. You know what I mean? And you're and men.
I ain't really scared to ask me. I'm ready.
But so you're gonna have a naturally you're going to have more of an attention than someone who is not in this spotlight, who's not an artist in this way, or a public figure. So then it's like, well, how do you handle that with your partner?
Just being honest.
How do you handle these women in not just in your inbox, but in your comments and stuff like that? Do you delete the comments if it's a little too racy? Are you not even acknowledging, not even looking at the DM?
No, I mean, first of all,
or are you like, well, hey, I have to be a person of the people?
Yeah, that's always been me, and I'm the type that, like, say you have a story, I may comment on it, and it looks like we're messaging, but I'm actually just commenting on stories. Like if I see you post something, I'm like, hey, like I do that a lot, and it kind of looks like DM, and it's almost to me. Like I talk, like if I have a compliment, I'm gonna give it to you. Like that's with everybody, male, female. Like if I see you do something on Instagram, I'll make a joke. Haha. And so I'm like that with everyone. And I've always had in every relationship had to explain that I'm not being flirtatious. I'm like that with everybody. If I see the fuel comes in with a suit and I'm like, oh, I see you looking sharp. Like if I see a girl, oh, look, I see, like, that's just how I am. Right. And so, but I do understand how to change that into a relationship. So I know how to play it.
And how is that? How do you play it?
Well, I don't take it as far, right? I know how to open that door by playing, or just by opening that door by starting a conversation, and you can see the response, and you can just a little bit of game. You can capitalize how far you can go with it. But when I'm in a relationship, I know how to stop that, right? Because I understand human nature, and I understand that even I could trick myself, right? And I could start wanting these messages, or I can start liking, when Kai responds, and I can start like, oh, she. Like, and it builds a little giddy in your stomach, right? And I think that's where it gets dangerous. So that's where I would cut it off, and that was my long answer.
Myself, my thing is this: is especially when you're with someone or getting with someone, and you know that this is the business that I'm in, is having that understanding. Yes, I'm gonna respond to certain people or whatever the case may be, but it's not going to be disrespectful of doing it for one in front of you. And if it's really that controversial, I'm gonna handle it before it gets to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, cause sometimes you might get crazy. I've had crazy in my inbox. You know what I mean? Although I've been single or whatever, but still I've had crazy in the inbox, and I had to ignore her. Just ignore it. You know what I mean? And sometimes if someone, especially if you're with a significant other, and they see that somebody's inboxing you certain things or whatever, sexy shit or whatever, but the key thing is, did you respond? And when you respond, how did you respond?
How did you respond?
You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. So if I'm with someone and she knows what I do, you got to already understand this is what I do. You know what I mean?
Right. And you let her see it, right? Do you let her see it, or you hold it close to the chest? Do you let her see the message, or you delete it?
Y'all sharing it? I know Unique said if you and your partner are looking together, then it's hella sexy.
Yeah, right. Like that. How do you handle it, man? I want to hear that in the comments.
So it's kind of like, it'll be cool. I'll be like, for me, I feel like, oh, she's supportive of what I'm doing, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I know. Let me get this money, baby. Let me get this.
Oh, there go that hoe.
Yeah, right. So I dream of being in a relationship that open, like, but obviously I share it and I talk about it, but the fact that it makes her uncomfortable, I can't, like, I have to manage it, right? Okay. But I would love to just be able to, like, hey, you can look with me. Hey, go, like, we're here. Like, but any kind of communication makes her a little uncomfortable. So I would just rather it's unnecessary.
Yeah. So, I mean, I understand it. I mean, I've become a little bit more, I guess, open or understanding about it, because it's been flipped out on me.
Right.
So, for me, I'm in, I guess you want to call it public eye or whatever. And as an entertainer,
too. What do you mean? Get out of here. You bigger than both of us.
Yeah,
Talking about you that gave us public figure. Like,
so I've found myself in that scenario as well. And I have found myself in, where I'm my own brand.
Yeah.
So if I put myself out there in, pictures that we've taken that if y'all don't know, JD is also an amazing photographer.
Put the camera on me. Help. Keep going.
Oh, Lord.
No, I'm kidding. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So we right, you should have put.
Yeah.
So we've taken pictures together and things like that, and just in general with other photographers as a model, I've kind of put myself out there as a dancer. I put myself out there. So I've definitely had and have like my fair share of men in my DMs.
I know they in your DMs. I know
whatever,
they in your DMs.
and most of them they're respectful, and then there's some that are not, and and so I know that.
So give me an example of not like just dick pic or
not.
what? Like,
no,
what happens?
honestly, I've never got. Not that I want.
Look, shout out everybody in the DMs. We trying to get a dick pic.
No, I do not.
We're gonna try to get one by the end of the
No.
week. Paris, I know you up for it. Now you look. I done made Paris do some wild shit in the club. That's a whole nother story.
I do not want nobody's dick pic. Okay.
Oh, that's cute. It took her a long time to say that.
Yeah, it took me a long time.
Sorry, Mom.
I don't want that. And I have not received that thing.
Yeah.
I did receive though. It must have been like a weird type of like fake account or something.
Right.
There was like this old white man who wanted to be my sugar daddy.
Oh god. I was like, where you going? Oh, when you said old white man, it hurt already. I was like,
he wanted to be my sugar daddy, and his like icon picture was like him like this. And it was like
that's funny.
It was like I'm looking for a sugar baby.
Yeah, that's hard to not like. As a female, I would probably have a sugar daddy somewhere because it's hard to. It's got to be hard for a lady not to take that. All you got to do is just smile a little bit, like
unless the qualifications for a sugar baby is that we never see each other and you just wire money to my account.
That's
and
ridiculous.
Just for my friendship,
you got to jiggle some balls. You can't just do that.
Nah, I can't. I can't bring myself to do that.
Look, I feel like I would definitely be. I would be somebody's sugar mama. No, sugar. No,
you would have a sugar.
I would
mama.
have a sugar.
You would?
No. Okay. Yes, I would actually. But it's for me. I'm a pleaser, so I guess it's more about like I think if they want me that bad, so to speak.
So say the woman's like 70 years old.
I would have to see the 70-year-old woman.
I mean, not like a Madonna 70.
Yeah, I was going to say wrinkly.
Yeah,
she's 70. She ain't gonna last too long.
Yeah, like I know. Look, I'm trying to get in the wheel. Right?
I wish I could see Fuel's face now.
Fuel is an opportunist, though. Fuel is actually worse than me. I don't I don't think like I would have to be in the situation, but doing that, I MC bar and bat mitzvahs. Like I had a mom try to move me in the house once. Like I did a party and I did their first party. The second party, the dad was just kind of like, right, and I had no idea, right?
Wow, he knew.
And so no, I didn't know at that point.
No, not you, but the dad knew.
Yeah, right. He did, right. And so I asked him, I was like, "What's wrong with Dad?" And she was all nonchalant, like, "Oh, he's just mad." I remember our last party, and I told him, like, because they had a fight, and she said, "I wish you were more like JD, and you would just take lead and just take like." I was like, "Why would you?"
Yeah.
Why would you say that? Like I had no idea.
This whole bar mitzvah world, Paris, if you're still watching,
yes, he knows.
You need to make like a reality show for this because the stories that I've heard, the stories that I've seen, and the stories that I've known, we
need to put it together, right? JD Productions,
I need to put that
Paris,
together.
let's do it. Like
or
we
a
actually,
sitcom or something.
Paris and I did a party in San Francisco. He wasn't even on the party, and he flew out to the party because they wanted single black men, right? And so we went out to this house, and it was a bunch of white divorcee women, and we were just kind of hanging out.
Get out. They was in Get Out, y'all.
Yeah. Unique fell asleep. Unique got drunk and fell asleep behind the DJ board. He had this whole like vodka cranberry. He was drunk. Paris wasn't even on the party. He just flew out. It was in the hot tub. We was all in the hot. Look, it gets crazy.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother show.
Goes down. So
that's a whole nother
watch
show.
out for that. That's gonna be on the next TV show or something.
Exactly.
Y'all gotta write that.
Exactly.
Them stories are crazy.
So
Unique is like.
Shh. I know. Shh.
At least he was asleep in the DJ booth. You wasn't in the hot tub.
He didn't do nothing. He was actually
Paris
on the party. Yeah, Paris flew out. Listen, but in that, I want to go to the next one, which is a classic conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Who cheats? Who cheats more? Who like I think that's a tough one. Like, I think first of all, everybody cheats. Like, if you are out here thinking that just men, only people cheating, and women are faithful and loving their man, you're wrong. Everybody cheats.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing that I would differentiate is I feel like women cheat at critical moments in life, right?
Okay.
Like, and
I'm
men,
gonna let you finish.
and yeah, let me finish. And men cheat early on in the sense of like we don't even realize that we're kind of like what we want just yet. Like, and we still want to play, but all of y'all want to be in a relationship, so we got to be in a relationship, and it's hard to not be the man that you've built, which is go for the girl guy, right? And that's, I think, is hard in a relationship because you're used to, your whole person is around getting girls. So once you get a girl, you don't even know how to, like, my name is James, and like I don't even know how to be because my whole demeanor is almost trying to get a woman, right? And I think some men make a mistake in things like that because they don't know what they have. Not to make it any better.
No, it's
but I feel like
facts.
I feel like women cheat on like I've committed my life to you and I'm slaving over everything trying to feed our family and you're at home bored. And
women are bored?
Yeah, because you're at home bored.
Okay.
Just saying, that's very stereotypical. But I feel like women cheat on that level, like we're generalizing here. Very.
But
very
I will give a general statement and combat that by saying that I believe that women cheat for emotional reasons.
Right. I'll give you that.
They're not being emotionally fulfilled in the relationship. They're not being seen, not being heard, not being loved. Maybe the guy, what guys do in the beginning to get the woman. Yeah. They fall off. Y'all be falling off.
These are all important.
All
these
the
are all
way
important
off.
notes, but we be working.
Like, I don't care because y'all was working in the beginning and y'all was still buying flowers.
I'll give you that.
Right, y'all was still buying flowers. Y'all still making time. So all of a sudden now you got me, or you think you got me, and then you just wait. Why are you not wearing clothes in the house? Like you just playing video games all day. What the frick? What happened?
Right. That happens. I'll give you that.
So I I'll just give that general blanketed statement where I feel like women. Maybe
so you just justifying it. That's all you doing.
I'm just giving like you spitting facts. I'm spitting facts too. Because men, I would say men, and I'll bring it back to what we first talked about, which was men are more socialized to be with multiple women. So they're not socialized to be, and we can get into the argument where, are humans naturally we're animals still. Are we naturally monogamous? Are we not? Yes, there's an argument that we're not naturally monogamous. It's not natural to just be with one person. And I can say that for men and women, because women are sexually attracted to other men too. We just socialized that it's not okay. No. Just like we're socialized not to like masturbate, or that certain things are just taboo for women. Right. Whereas men is like, oh yeah, he's a young man and he's whatever, he's like exploring himself and he can go off and do these things. Whereas my argument would be like, I wonder what it would be like if men from a young age were taught to value themselves. We're taught to value their sexuality. We're taught to value, as women are taught to value it. Yeah. And maybe taught to value their energy and like soul ties and understand what that is. You know what I mean? Maybe that would prevent men from, because I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah. When men are, they feel it's hard for them to be with one woman because they've spent so much time
at a certain age. I think you learn to deal with that, which I will touch on after you're done. But it's you kind of do build a personality around going to get girls. Like you talk to your friends.
Like,
let's go
how
get some
can
girls.
how can you even have like platonic friendships with women if you're taught to like see a woman as a sexual being? It's like, how can you just truly be friends?
It's not even that we're taught to see, like we're attracted to women, right? And then you think sexual, like you guys have the same sexual thoughts, like, but we are the ones that are charged with going to go get it, right? And I think it comes to a point where you really aren't trying to just have sex and be like, that's what you know to do, right?
Right.
And can I let Kai in on a little secret?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And get closer to that mic.
Closer to it?
Yeah.
He's
gonna be the late night voice.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
We got a late night show coming.
Come
we'll
on.
shout that out.
This is the thing with men.
Don't be trying to get your voice
I
extra
know,
deep.
I
Why'd
think
you have to
give
say
me-
that,
give me that
Kai?
voice to men voice.
I am hating them. I could do it
This
too.
is the thing. This is the thing with men. Seriously.
Look, I can't take you serious. Can you undo
No,
your voice, man?
listen.
Talking your what? If
He
your
give
mama,
me he give me the sleepy eyes too.
I know.
I'm loving this.
Don't
Go
look
ahead,
at
go
him.
ahead,
Don't look
Fuel.
at
I'm
him.
loving it.
Stop it. I'm hating. Stop it.
No, but seriously though, this is the thing with guys and men. Totally, we really don't just come out and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna just be this playboy."
Yeah, it's not in purpose.
This talks to us. You know, when I say this talks
Okay.
to us,
Yeah.
it's like when you see him,
He's pointing
It's
down,
ridiculous.
y'all. Just so
Listen,
you know.
If it's been like 2 weeks, I start seeing weird. Like, look at her ankles, nigga. God damn.
Really?
Her earlobes is sexy.
Sometimes even to this day, like sometimes I could be watching something on TV or whatever, and something sexy about it or whatever. and
Get that
just-
chill.
You know what I'm saying? But women don't have that. You know?
I think they
Yeah.
do. It's mental. It's mental for women though. I think women it's a little more mental.
No, it takes a little bit more for women. I mean,
Yeah, because I mean, I'll see a man that I'm find very attractive,
Mhm.
like that lead off of Bridgerton.
Yeah.
I know I talked about the show a couple
No.
weeks ago. God bless him.
Yeah.
He is a beautiful man.
Right.
But yeah, I don't have that. I don't have that feeling. For
Yeah.
me, it's more of if I have like a really dope conversation
Yeah,
with
that's what I mean. It's
someone.
mental.
If I had-
mindful, you
Yeah.
gotta be-
Yeah.
Yeah. With women, it's mental. Like women,
Yeah.
you come in, you drop a
It's just
dime.
automatic. As soon as we see you, like, damn.
Yeah.
And then everything else just go like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
So then, how are y'all able to control that?
Well, that's
In a relationship.
That's actually what I was
That
gonna
only happens
get to.
when someone's with you that they basically got into your heads basically, and you just only have that emotion for that person.
No,
Can you will
I'ma
you
speak.
just have that emotion for that person, or will you
No.
still see other women?
You're always
No,
gonna
no,
see
no,
other
it would be
women.
the emotion for that person
Mhm.
because basically she does that to me. So every time I see her, and I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not looking for them. My mind and already kind of took away from it. My body done took away from that. You know.
Oh,
What I'm saying?
okay.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, I speak to that from actually experiencing that like right now, right?
Mhm.
I always thought it would be a point of just discipline, right? You're gonna get to a point where it's gonna be like, no, you just stop.
Right.
You can't
a certain
have everything,
age, is a
right?
certain age kind of
And
thing.
I was okay with the thought process that that's how it's gonna be. I'm just gonna have to hold it in one day.
Mm-hmm.
And when my current relationship, I'm just shocked at how easy it is. Like I really just don't care about these females out here. Like I'll see people on like Instagram, I'm like, oh, that's sexy. Get on bottom of my face. Like I feel attacked sometimes. I'll see a girl in a sexy outfit. I'm like, why you got that on? Like I'm trying to live. Like and I feel like but it comes from a place of being fulfilled, right? And I think anybody cheats because they're not being fulfilled or there's something missing for them. And I think that's why most people cheat. And just being fulfilled and having a really healthy relationship, like, is all that has to happen. I think none of us really experience that till we actually have one, right?
Right.
And you just don't know until you are actually in a relationship. Because now, like, I can look at anybody and be like, my girl will do that too,
Mhm.
right? I'll see any sexual thing. My girl will do that if I ask. Like there's
Yeah.
like all of my boxes are checked, so I don't
Mm.
have to. I don't need anything else. Like she makes me feel sexy. Like she looks at me. Like I'll walk through the house after I'm working out, and she, like I'm
Mhm.
like, hey, mama, like like so,
Yeah.
like, and we play it like that. So I feel very fulfilled, and I think that's for anyone.
Yeah.
It's when it comes to cheating, but especially for men. So yeah, that's what we think. How like have you ever been unfaithful? You ever stepped out? I mean, is
You
that too
know,
much? Is that too much?
That's a little too much. Well, I don't mind.
No, get in it. Get in it.
Oh,
Get
great.
in it.
It's just to kind of sum up our
We-
vibes.
look, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
we get ready to wrap it up.
we won't say times or when. We
Um,
won't let you. We don't know who.
No. I did. I'll say I did.
First, was it a mental thing or was it kind of a
It
moment that
was
just
it was
got out of hand?
okay. I was at a point in my life where I realized that I didn't really know myself, and another story. I was engaged a second time. I was engaged, like, Fuel is-
Jesus, J Lo over here have been married
I
9
know,
times.
Jesus, I've never been married, no
Okay.
kids. But yeah, so I was engaged the second time.
Mhm.
Granted, I had my first heartbreak when I was in the first engagement,
Mhm.
and then I got into a second relationship, and then we got engaged, and it goes back to that whole dating to marry and not necessarily dating to be able to date, right? So I felt like we had been together for a while. He was a great guy. But then I got to a point where I realized I didn't really know myself.
Mm.
I was like in my mid-20s, and I had never really lived on my own. I had been in the dorms when I went to college and stuff, but I never lived on my own. I never knew what it was like to be by myself and to be like my own woman. All these things, right?
Very important.
So
For
important
anybody.
for anyone.
Yeah.
You know, I encourage this for everyone. Know who you are. Know what you like. Date yourself first. You know what I mean? And I had never done that.
Right.
So then here came this engagement, and I was freaking out because I was like, wow, I'm going to be somebody's wife and somebody's mom. Look, I'm over here. I'm getting PTSD.
I know, right?
But you know, so I had all this like, oh my gosh.
Mhm.
And then it was a lot of mental going on. And I made and I was funny. I was talking about this with my girlfriends the other day. We were all talking about, you know, cheating and relationships and stuff like that. And I remember talking about, I thought I was doing the honorable thing by staying in the relationship.
Yeah.
I thought it was a phase. I thought it would pass. And it didn't. It just stayed there. It stayed there. And then I ended up distancing myself from my partner and resenting almost the relationship because I was dealing on the inside. And, you
so
know,
many people do that.
yeah.
Right?
And so I found myself caught up with another guy that I was working with, whatever. It wasn't him. Like it was never the guy. It wasn't, you know, and I didn't sleep with him. Like we just kissed one time after like work. We like went and had a couple drinks and
that's what she tell us. You know, you
No,
ain't supposed to trust the woman's first lie. No,
No. But yeah, you're about to say something.
Look, a
You know
kiss
what?
equals oral sex. Just in case. Let me break that down for you. If your girl says she kissed somebody, it's oral sex. That's cool. If she
No.
actually has sex with them, it was a threesome. And
Right, it's an orgy.
Oh yeah, always add like 5 more people.
Right.
Whatever she says.
No, but so yeah, it was and so it kind of took me out of my complete character, and you know, and then eventually, yes, we did break up because it was like it just had to happen. So looking back on that, and this is the reason I'll share this even story, because it is very personal. I am putting myself out there.
Thank you for doing that.
But the reason I will share that is because, you know, so many times we think, again, the honorable thing is to stay, or we think that it'll pass, or we just trying to hold on to something and make something work, when it's like, no, you feel when something's not right. You feel when you're not right, and it doesn't have to be your partner. It can be you. And to step away from that relationship is the best thing you can do for both people.
Both people. Yeah.
So you know, we ended up breaking off the engagement and breaking up, but we're cool. You know, we're not like the best of friends, but we still talk from time to time, and we were able to hatch out that situation and really kind of talk about it
and grow from it.
And he's so much better off from it, and so am I. So, you know, not to say it, you know, people step out for different reasons. You know, some people are just maybe narcissistic, and then they have like malicious intentions, whatever. Other people, you know, they don't necessarily have that. So you know, I think it really also offered me a dope perspective on why people do this, and be able to understand humanity and not demonize men for doing that, or the men that had did it in my life, which was my first relationship, you know. And so it kind of helped me gain that perspective. Again, I would not recommend it to anybody.
Like, well, I don't recommend it, because that's what you got to learn, that lesson.
Not, you know,
right?
if you can learn from my experience, I would say it just don't like cheat on anyone. Don't lie to anyone. If you're feeling like it's not working, just step out, and trust me, it feels hard. It feels very difficult to do, because you don't ever want to hurt anyone's feelings, but it's better that way.
Way better. I like that was beautiful. And look, we could talk about this all day, and I'm really sad that I feel like we just started.
No,
right?
This has been a fun one,
right? And it just started.
Right, we're gonna have to have a part 2. We're gonna have some guests up in here.
I think we should take it part 2. Let's see if we can do part 2 next week, and we'll continue this. And but that was a great thought. And I mean, obviously, like all of the main purpose of this is, I really feel like we do a lot of things that are just traditional, or we're just kind of following what you're supposed to do, and this is what you're supposed to. But I encourage you to understand and be intentional with your actions and what you're doing in your relationships. Again, as we always say, it really comes down to you know, learning yourself, understanding yourself, having experiences. Women, it's okay. I don't like to call it whole phase, but it is okay to have experiences. go out, sleep with some people. Like, don't, as long as not, don't go crazy. Don't be a
As long as
thought.
you protect yourself.
Yeah, protect yourself, have experiences. It's okay, right? It's okay. And, and I think it's important, right? Because that's how you kind of find what you want and what you need. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. And let's do part 2. Should we get people in? What do you think?
Yeah. I want to bring some people up in here.
Yeah.
Let's get this debate.
Hit us up on the DM or in the comments if you want to be a part of the next debate. This was more of just, let's just kind of break down some of these old social constructs and different things. But next week, let's kind of make it. Let's go in. I want more opinions. We want to hear from you. Hit us up if you want to be a part of the show. We can send you a link where you can just tap in from wherever you are, or you can come into the studio. Just let us know. We want you.
Right? Anna says she want to have your babies.
Yeah. We got the girl. We're going to the girl. Like I always tease her at home. I was like, you need a daughter. She's like, I'm scared of daughters. Like,
I know. Girl.
So yeah. Let's start practicing when I get home, baby. Yeah, we get home. So,
right.
I know, right? But anyway, thank you guys for joining. We know you have 3,000,001 podcasts to choose from, or talk show, whatever we call this. So we appreciate you being here.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week. Anything else, Kai?
Right.
Oh yeah, did we shout out your little thing in the back? Shout out Kobe, Black History Month.
I don't know if y'all can hear that.
Kobe in the back.
There's a reworked denim jacket. I got it on Melrose. It's reworked from an original hoodie.
Man.
So yeah, shout out to the GOAT. Kobe, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry. We can't do that here.
Yes,
we didn't discuss.
I'm from New York, and I'm a Knicks fan, but
Michael Jordan is the only GOAT that we can discuss here on this show. I'm turning off your mic. No, I'm kidding.
Shout out to Kobe, rest in peace, and
all of that.
Gigi and everyone
else
lost
on that
helicopter.
Flight. Anyway,
but thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week. Hit us in the comments. Join the show next week.
Peace.
I need to get a real sound for that so we can do that. Man, that went so fast.
Right.
That did go fast.
Unique said, should we send dick pics to the dick?
I know, yeah.
Oh my God, if I get some dick pics.